Well, that's an interesting start to the stream. Hello, everybody! If you didn't hear that, my sister's currently watching John Green talk about tuberculosis and the extreme symptom of that. Scroopfula. Okay, anyway. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we are continuing the... My sister is telling me to tell you guys what happens. So apparently you can get... Tuberculosis gets into the lymph nodes and it's... You're interrupting me! The lymph nodes get so swollen that they burst through the skin. Ruptures. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everybody. Last time we left off, we went over distal agreement in the nouns and the adjectives. And then we started the verbs and the infinitive or intransitive form. Because my sister's watching John Green talk about it currently. And if you don't know, John Green has been on a huge tuberculosis spree recently, relating everything in history to tuberculosis. So that's why we were talking about it. Anyway, so we have the infinitive and intransitive form, which is when the verb is intransitive. We have the agent first and the patient first. The topic is marked by placing it first in a sentence. So if we look down here at this example sentence, Gnatlis fuslars finca is that is the man eats the apple, and the topic is Gnatlis fuslars Gnatlis funka. The man, it means the same exact thing, but now the fuslars is the topic, and the e changes into an o to signify that the patient is before the agent. And then, yeah, now if we go down here, we can use transitive verbs intransitively if it is with the direct case, the agent patient soul case. It is marked with it's active, and if it's uses the indirect case, which prefixes an a, the sentence is passive. So Gnatlis funka and afuslar fanka. The apple is eaten. So if the subject of an intransitive is in the direct case, the verb agrees with the topic of the sentence. Should I have it agree in distal? Maybe. I forgot what we were gonna do, what I said I was gonna do next time from last week, but I think maybe we could also have the verb agree in distal, deixas. So if we have oh, this should be because it's neuter subject. And this should also be because it's neuter topic. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch these two. Switch to an E ending. And then distal agreement will occur actually no, I'll leave that as an U ending. Distal agreement will occur and it will combine with the ending. So Gnatlis, can't see them, Fincas. Slars, Gnatlis. So we have agreement there. In gender and definiteness. Okay, I think that is good for that, and maybe start thinking about moods, because I'm going to assume moods and tense, because I'm going to assume this is the indicative, present indicative form, most likely. I think that is a smart idea. Oh, we have 6 people today. Huh. Hello, people. If you have any ideas for the language, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you want to see the entire folder itself, link is in the description below. At least I hope it's there. Yeah, it is. So, if we're going to think about moods and tenses and aspect. Heavy agreement, deixis. Okay, I don't have anything about moods and aspect planned, so time to free wing it. What moods, tenses, aspect? We're going with a heavy inflectional language, it feels like. We're not doing person, but we can go a bit mad on moods and tenses and aspect. So I think tenses, obviously a present, a past tense would be good, and a future tense. Moods, obviously the indicative. Let's have an optative. Optative is always fun to have. List of grammatical moods. Benedictive if it's for somebody. I don't want to go too heavy on moods, as they can be a bit insane, and we can express other ones with periphrasis, but subjunctive would be a good one. So indicative, optative, subjunctive. Now let's have let's figure out aspects first. terms of various aspects. There we go. Do we want a perfective imperfective split? Imperfective, perfective. Let's have the perfect and perfective. Because I quite like the use of the perfect. My English biases aside. We can probably split the imperfective into... No, we'll just keep the imperfective as a singular thing. Terminative and incessive, I think. Incessive is the one that starts. Oh. Yeah. Inceptive. So, inceptive, terminative. Let's get one more aspect in there for good measure. Continuative. Nah, let's just keep it with this, actually. So we have 3 tenses, 3 moods, and 5 aspects to mark on the verb. And I think we can probably have tenses and mood be prefixes and aspect be a different verb form or a different verb template within it. Which I think is, let's create a little present, past, future, indicative, optative, subjunctive. So if we what prefixes could we have? Oh, pushing my microphone all around. So present indicative is just blank. That's fairly straightforward. And then this could be a... Let's have this be a s for the present. S for the present, and a... who for the future. What is our syllable structure again? Right. Actually, let's make that a t, and the optative is a simple S that goes in front of that. That's gonna have to be a full and then the subjunctive, you know what, let's actually merge those together. So the subjunctive is an S prefix to the verb and the past and future tenses. So we have a double prefix going on there. And then let's move these guys over here. Let's add some more room so you guys aren't looking at the bottom of your screens. So the imperfective template is sa, va, sa, u. 1, 2, 3. I suppose that actually has to be an a. E1, A2, A3U. So, fanku, ifnaku, ifnaku. Stress there, but we have stress here instead. Ifnaku, ifnaku. No idea where your phone is. So to eat, or to be eating, would be a much better approximation. And this would just be to eat, to have eaten, to start eating, to finish eating. Let's have these guys based off of this pattern. So alfanku, or falinku, falinku. So that's another prefix we have there. And then this one, let's make those as instead. So I want to make this one start with an u, with an at infix. So ufatniku, ufatnaku, ufatnaku, ufatnaku. There we go. So this is to be eating, to eat, to have eaten, to start eating, to finish eating. And this one, Fontauku. That's, yeah. Fontaku. I want the final. No, this one works. Okay, so this seems to be our current standing for verbal inflection. This is the basis that we will be walking off of in the future. We'll probably be making changes to it as we go on, give it some irregularities, change some stuff up. But I think this is a pretty good set so far. So let's think up of. So the man ate the apple. The man ate the apple. That would be translated as, this is just the past tense, so knatlis fuslars, and then the past is a masculine tafenki. Knatlis fuslars tafenki. Tafenkis. Because it has to agree with that, with the topic of the sentence. And so if we made it, so that's if it's imperfective, but if it's the man ate the apple, the man was eating the apple. Probably a better showcase of the meaning. Okay, the man was eating the apple. Knatlis fuslar stafenkis. The man ate the apple. Still in the imperfective, so in past tense. No longer in the imperfective, it's still in the past tense. Tefnaku. Tifnaikis. There we go. So if you're wondering why I made that an A despite being an A up here, it's because the perfective starts with an E, and I is spelled with an E, and when it's unstressed, it's pronounced A. So tefnaikis. Knatlis fuslars tefnaikis. So that is the basis of the verbs. And I think that is a pretty good basis. So now I'm wondering what to do next. Maybe, so I don't get people making fun of my grammar page anymore, I should make an actual grammar doc for this as well. Where's my Google Drive? There's Google Drive. New file, Google Docs, create and share. So, okay, I do want the dictionary over there. So grammar, phonology, romanization, grammar. And now the best part of this whole process is actually making a document outline for it. So heading 1, phonology. Actually, let's just do grammar for now. Nominals. It's hard to make documentation for a language without a name. This language is going to be the common spoken language, the lingua franca of this world is my plan. And so a good name for it might reflect that, or it might be based off the country that the nation comes from. The name of the nation the language comes from. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna try naming it now. And then after I make the document, name it, move all this to a document page, I think I'm gonna start actually working on the world itself and fleshing that out more, which is gonna be fun for you guys because I haven't really world built before. Some attempts, but not really something have much experience in. So yes, this Wednesday stream will be world building, which includes making languages for the world. And it's not going to be a scientifically accurate world, it is going to be a fantasy world. Because that, to me, seems more fun. And works better with the thing I have here that I've been working on for a while. So, it's based off of a nation. So we could think up of... Okay, let me make a thing real quick. Naming ideas. So there are a few ways we could name this. It could be something based off, named after the people of a nation. So, named after the people of a nation. It could also be name something like common or the tongue or something like that. I do admire it. Like, Artifexian and Biblaridian are amazing for being able to do it. What'd you say, Margaret? Yeah. No, this world is most definitely not going to be unified politically. So, in my folder, if you go into the description, you can find this folder. And in it is a timeline of the world, which is a rough timeline I've had for a while now for this world, which splits it up into certain epochs. We are at the beginning stage, like first 100 years of the 5th epoch. And the 5th epoch started when people started to be able to gain supernatural abilities. Like their super strength, magic, ability to fly, whatever. they find these things called pathways to the divine, which are certain paths that they can take to become godly figures. So let's say you have trained for years in swordsmanship, and you unlock some powers through that ability. You may be able to turn invisible while you sword fight or whatnot. You may be able to control swords through your mind or whatnot. And it's going to start off with a bunch of different powers that then over time streamline into certain paths that people can take. This is also going to be around the time that the Industrial Revolution is happening. So there's going to be steampunk aspects, there's going to be guns, trains, and all that shebang. So you might be able to have a path to the divine through engineering techniques, your ability to build stuff, and you eventually be able to breathe life into your creations. Or you can have the path to the divine through gunmanship. So there is that. Well, I say common tongue because it's the, as I said before, going to be the lingua franca of the world. It's no longer going to be, well, it wasn't even going to be the sole language of this nation, but it's not going to be a language solely belonging to this nation, but a language belonging to multiple nations together. So think about how in ancient China, when all of the countries weren't united, there were many different political units in China vying for power, they still referred to the language as like a common tongue among them. So there's stuff like that. Or the Romance languages, when Latin was the common tongue. I mean, I know it wasn't called the common tongue, but it was a language used in certain countries, but also in countries that don't speak a Romance language. It's going to be kind of like that. So it's going to be a slightly archaic form of the language. So, named after the people of the nation, common of the tongue. What are other names for languages? It could come from just the word for wards. Yeah. You have an idea? Yes. As my friend, Cactus Lover states, China was technically unified during the Zhou dynasty, if you know what that means. So, but there were after the Zhou dynasty, during the later stages of the Warring States, before the Qin unified everything, and also the some points later between dynasties. There wasn't really between dynasties, was there? They all kind of had their own dynasties. God. There's so many names in Chinese history. But, Cactus, can you think of any other ways languages can be named? I'm blanking. So kind of like the Mediterranean Sea was named after Mare Nostrum. Was it? I did not. No, it was named after. It seems like it was Middle Earth, or middle of the land. Inland, wrote from the. Wait. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean now. I see. So that's just what they called it back then, and this is. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Uh, anyway, other name. Ways languages gain name. I need to like record this somewhere because the number of times I have. Right. Linguistics is down. Yeah, I don't know why I chose Quora. I think. What? I think Common Tongue, or some riff of Common Tongue would work best. So, Common Language Tongue. So, a root for tongue. The free language. The free language is it's a language without borders. It's a language without a set definition. So we can have multiple names for the language. I'm just thinking of like the most common base one. So, Maratha. Marot. Marot. So language. And then I'll have language and tongue have the same root. What's the end again? Okay, I'm gonna add another C there because I really want this to be Mir. This is abstract. This isn't abstract, that's neuter. Yeah. You think they heard thunder?
I've heard thunder several times.
I haven't noticed. I mean, saying your language is cooler than the rest is kind of a thing that's been going on for centuries among people. Then free. La. Khalafa. I want a different thing than ka there. Let's do kha. Khalafa. Khalaf. Adjective. Oh, wait. I have a certain pattern for. Does the. No, it does. Okay. So, Khalaf, free language, Marot. So, then maybe we can have a. So the name of the language. Khalaf Marot. Free language. And then feel like actually adjectives, where do adjectives go again? Do they go before or after the noun? Oh no. I accidentally deleted the thing that told me whether adjectives go before nouns or not. They go after. So they go after. So Khalaf Marot. So, Marot Khalaf. Oh, I heard the thunder that time. Yeah. So I might be ending the stream a bit early today as the thunderstorm is starting around us as we speak. So noun, abstract. And I have a feeling that this might just be I feel like there are ways that this would shorten down in common speech. I mean, it would be, but also if we lose internet, that would be annoying. All that jazz. So, Marot Khalaf. Marot Khalaf. So that is a way. That's a way that they would just call it the language. Marot Khalaf. Martkhal. Ooh, Martkhal. No, not Margaret. Okay, so we have 3 names we could use that can be used within the language for the language. Marot Khalaf's literally the free language. Marot's. And then Martals. Maybe I can change that to Marsals. So Marzals, stress on the ending. So this is a contraction over a long time of Marot Khalafs to Marzals, Alfs, Marzalfs. Okay. So we have a name now for the language. So this is the informal name. These 2 are informal names. This is the formal name. Yeah, the last option would be more colloquial. You'd be more likely to hear this in educated speech, and this in writing, and this is just in speech. Yeah? My mom's dog has proceeded to climb onto my sister's lap because she is scared of the thunder. This is absolutely adorable. Where is the dumb one? Okay. So, I think this is going to be a good place to stop for today. Partly because we did quite a bit so far. And secondly, because of the thunderstorm. So, yeah, we're going to end it here today. If you like the stream, or like my content in general, please check out my Patreon. Not much there yet, but it helps support the channel. And on Friday, I will be playing more Minecraft. Maybe with the others, maybe I'll be by myself. Who knows? But until then, I bid you all adieu.